Very good morning, students. Welcome back to the income tax classes. So, now we need to discuss the syllabus of income tax. See, Unit 1 Introduction to Income Tax. So, in Introduction to Income Tax, we discussed all the topics. See, in case of to income tax, very important concept is agriculture income. So, agriculture income, this may ask for 5 marks, and this may ask for 2 marks also. What is previous year, what is assessment year, who is an assessee, who is a person, what is income, what is casual income, what are the canons of taxation, so what is income tax. It may be asked for 2 marks also. So entirely, in case of first chapter, chances of covering up 20 to 22 marks in first chapter only. Okay, so you have to briefly and you have to study carefully. So in case of residential status, sure, one question may touch in your exam, so that is 5 marks. Next, we calculated gross total income, no, that is incidence of tax. So incidence of tax, that is definite question for 15 marks, so it may come for 15 marks. Next, exempted incomes, that will not cover. You have to read 10 exempted incomes. They may ask for 5 marks also. What is exempted income? Mention any 5 exempted incomes. They may ask for 5 marks. Next, income from salary. See, in income from salary, so they have chances to ask 30 marks in income from salary. So in income from salary, they will ask full taxable allowances, partly taxable allowances, house rent allowances for 5 marks, entertainment allowance calculation, transport allowance, children's education allowance. Every allowances may ask for it. In this question, 5 marks one question, 15 marks one question, and 2 marks 2 marks they may ask for 6. It may cover maximum 26 to 30 marks will cover in income from salary. We covered all the topics. We calculated all the topics. We calculated problems on income from salary excluding retirement, but we calculated including retirement benefit also. Okay, so this is also very important chapter in case of your examination point of view. Next, income from house property. So income from house property, in this chapter they may ask for 22 marks. One is 2 marks question, one is 15 marks question, and one is 5 marks question. In entire your syllabus, this is the very easiest chapter, income from salary and introduction to income tax. But income from salary, you have to concentrate well. If you concentrate well, it is also very easiest chapter. See, in income from house property, they ask for what is annual value for 2 marks, and what is the gross annual value, and what are the deductions under section 32. It may ask, and in syllabus they mentioned excluding pre-construction interest, but I discussed including the pre-construction interest also. Okay, so in this chapter you have to carefully analyze this chapter. They ask for what is let out, what is municipal tax, so the type questions also here they will ask. Okay, next question is, recently we discussed profits and gains from business and profession. In this chapter, 15 marks one question and 2 marks one question. Pakka. See, meaning and definition of business or profession, expenses and losses, allowable incomes, allowable expenses. So in this question, you know already, allowable expenses, disallowable expenses. So mention any 5 disallowable expenses. So that is very important, no? We calculated income from business and income from proprietor. We calculated both no. This is very important chapter. So already we discussed 4 chapters: introduction to income tax, income from salary, income from house property, profits and gains from business and profession. Next, your last chapter is computation of total income. So under computation of total income, capital gains, very important. For BCom, some problems are also there in the syllabus, but for BBM there is no problems excluding exemption and exemptions. So only theory you have in your syllabus. Okay. Next, income from other sources. Income from other sources also some theory part you have. If you study well in the these four units, so in this chapter take it as a exemption in your exam. Why? Because so that 4 chapters is enough. So only you have to concentrate on capital gains, meaning of capital gains, what is short term capital gain, what is long term capital gain, what are the tax calculations, what is transfer. So that type of questions will ask. And income from other sources also, what are the income from other sources, they may ask. So next, deductions will cover. So under section 80C, 80D, 80G, simple problems on total income of individual. Okay. So in this question, they ask for 2 marks, 1 question, and they may ask for 5 marks question. Not confirm, but they may ask for 5 marks also. Okay. So this is very important syllabus for BBA 6th semester. Okay. Next, come to one point, capital gains. This is your syllabus. Last chapter, capital gains. See, capital gains. Any gain arising out of transfer of capital asset in the previous year is called capital gain. Any capital asset may transfer in the previous year, that is called as a capital gain. To tax on income under head of capital gain, the following conditions are to be fulfilled. If we need to calculate the capital gains, or if we need to pay the tax on capital gains, these four instructions or conditions need to fulfill. First one, there should be a capital asset. Yes, no? If don't have capital asset, how we can calculate the capital gain? If you have capital asset, you need to calculate the capital gain. Next, it must have transferred by the assessee. For example, you know the meaning of assessee. Who is paying tax to the government? That person is called as a assessee. So must and should be their assessee. Next, transfer should be taken place in the previous year. So for example, our previous year is 18-19, no? 19-20 is our assessment year. Previous year is 18-19, assessment year is 19-20. So the transfer must and take place in our previous year only. Why? Because if before previous year, it will not cover under assessment year. Okay. Next, gain on such transfer should not be exempt from tax under 54, 54B, 54D, 54EC, 54E, 54F, 54G, 54GA and 54GB. So for this you have some exemptions. So it must and should not cover under this exemption limits. Okay. So this, if we fulfill these 4 conditions, that may call it as a capital gain. Okay. Yes. Next, what is a capital asset? This is also very important concept. Capital asset is a property. Capital asset is a property of any kind held by an assessee, whether or not connected with his business or profession, and it includes all kinds of property, whether movable or immovable, tangible or intangible, fixed or floating. Capital asset, whatever it may be, so it must and should movable or immovable. Movable, nothing but some motor vehicles and all we have, no. Immovable, nothing but plant, building, etc. Next, tangible or intangible. Tangible, nothing but so plant and machinery, that is tangible. Intangible, nothing but goodwill, patents. That. Next, fixed assets also. You know, fixed assets and current assets. Current asset, nothing but stock in trade and all. So the must and should be carried the capital asset. So capital asset nothing but its must and should be held by the assessee whether or not connected with this business or profession. Includes all kinds of properties. That is called capital asset. Okay. Next, what are the not a capital assets? Stock in trade, raw materials, consumer stores held by an assessee for his business or profession. So that are not a capital asset. Next, all personal effect, that are all movable assets based on the personal purpose except jewelry. So that is also not a capital asset. Gold deposit bonds 1999, that is also not a capital asset. See, BBM 6th semester, only theory of this chapter as per Bangalore University. Only you have theory. Next, what are the types of capital assets? See, under types, two types: short-term capital asset, long-term capital asset. So in case of short-term capital asset, two types. One is financial asset, second one is other than financial asset. Same in long-term capital asset also, financial asset other than financial assets. So what is financial asset means? Financial asset nothing but it includes the shares, debentures, bonds and all. No, that is financial asset. It is held for less than 12 months or less than 1 year. So maybe you know the short term. Next, other than short term, if it is held for less than 36 months or 3 years. So maybe you know what is other than financial assets. Other than financial assets nothing but immovable property, land and building, etc. So next, financial asset long term means it held more than 12 months. Next, it held more than 36 months. Okay. Next, what are the rates of capital gains? So under capital gains, two types: short term capital gains, long term capital gains. This is capital assets, this is capital gains. So in case of sale of equity shares, units and equity oriented fund, 15%. If any short term gain arises, 15% of slab rate as a taxable. Next, in other cases, normal slab rates they will give in the question, but in your syllabus there is no practical portion. Okay. Next, long term capital gains. Long term capital with, if in case they give indexation, 20% of capital gains. If without indexation, 10% of tax rate will be applicable. Okay, this is your rates of capital gains tax. Next one, we already know what is short term gain and what is long term gain. Any gain arise from transfer of short term capital asset is known as short term capital gain. Any gain arises from transfer of long term capital asset is known as long term capital gain. This is the format for calculation of capital gains, but this is not required in your it is not required for BBM. Why? Because it's not there in the syllabus. Next, very important concept is cost of acquisition. What do you mean by cost of acquisition? They ask for 2 marks, definite question. So it refers to the cost incurred by an assessee to acquire the capital asset. It includes all capital expenses incurred in acquisition the assets. Any capital assets should be acquired, so some cost will incur. No, that cost will be called as a cost of acquisition of a capital asset. This is very important for 2 marks. Next one, cost of improvement. Cost of improvement, this is also very important for 2 marks. See, it is the cost incurred by the assessee to improve the status of capital assets. After improvement, the value of an improved asset will increase. For example, additions, alteration. For example, today you bought some plant and machinery. So if we better work of this, you have to make some alterations. No, that is cost of improvement. For example, you purchased one building. For a building also you have to make some improvements for the year. No, so that is called cost of improvement. That is very important. Next one, index cost of acquisition. So already we discussed cost of acquisition. Next one, indexed cost of acquisition. Indexed cost of acquisition means inflating the cost of an asset acquired to the present value. Indexation benefits are available only for the long-term capital assets. So, however, the indexation benefits is not available in case of debentures, goodwill, intangible assets, bonus, shares, and depreciable assets, even it is long-term assets. So, this is very important. So, what is the formula to calculate index cost of acquisition? So, index cost of acquisition equals actual cost or fair market value as on 1/4/2000, whichever is high, divided by 100. So, if the assessee acquired the property after 1/4/2001, this is before 1/4/2001. So, actual cost divided by cost of index, CI nothing but cost of inflation index of the year in which assessee acquires the assets into cost of inflation index of the year in which assets should be sold. That is very important concept. So you have to make note down of this. What is cost of improvement? What is indexed cost of acquisition? We discussed theory part, no, but in case of practical part, you don't have any practical part for your examination point of view. So you have to mention 2 marks: cost of improvement, index cost of acquisition, cost of acquisition. Okay. So what is short-term capital gain? What is long-term capital gain? What are the types of capital gains? What are the types of capital assets? What is capital gain and what is capital asset is very important for your examination point of view.